Okay. Think we ready. Let me take a sip. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow at Uncle Dolemite on Instagram. At Yung Dolemite on fucking Twitter and Clubhouse. YUNG. Cash App. YUNGDOLEMITE. Gang gang. Alright, let me see. Bam. Bam. Is that shit live? See. Stupid ass iPhone. iPhone be on bullshit. This the reason I don't fuck with iPhones, dog. Cause you fuck with iPhones and they do stupid shit. How you doing, motherfuckers and motherfuckers? I'm doing this shit backwards as fuck. Trying to get my personal page live on this motherfucker. And of course it's doing bullshit. How you doing, Coffee with Kendra? Nigga ain't even live yet. I'm just bullshitting. Move that wire so I can wave. Alright. Now I'm gonna start this motherfucker. What's going on, Aunt Thomas? You was the real MVP last week, nigga, I swear. And then there was bass. Good evening, motherfuckers and motherfuckers. This is your host, Yung Dolemite. Got a Too Much Game podcast. Live from the Boom Boom Room. Once again. Man, let me just start this motherfucker by apologizing for last episode. That motherfucker was subpar, dog. Nigga did not have much to talk about. You know, I did my best with what I had. You know, shout out to Eddie Murphy and everybody, you know, in the Coming to America cast. Everybody got paid, as y'all know. You know, I ain't really have much to say outside of that. Just, you know, shout out to beautiful black images and beautiful black dollars. You know, shout out to everybody who got their motherfucking account stimulated. You know, shout out to everybody who's doing something constructive with their 1400. You know, shout out to everybody that's taking their kids to, you know, go get some Jordans and all that good old shit with their little 14 hundos and, you know, all that, man. This should be a much better week, much better show. You know, shout out to Black Bike Set for the motherfucking hoodie, you know. Roam to all the motherfuckers out there that ride them Harleys and shit. Ride safe to all my motherfucking riders on the Black Bike Set. But yeah, man. You know, today's episode, it's not gonna be a movie. Surprise. You know, last episode, nigga, the last few episodes, I've been reviewing movies like a motherfucker. You know, I think it started with Judas and the Black Messiah. You know, then it went over into One Night in Miami. Then the two killings of Sam Cooke. You know, and then to Coming to America. And I was on a good streak. 3 out of 4 ain't bad though. 75% good movies to one bullshit ass movie. It ain't bad at all. Especially being that all 4 movies were important. All 4 movies, as black people, I feel we should all see them. Even though Coming to America Part 2 was garbage, I still feel like we should all support it because it was an important film. You know, everything that they did behind the scenes was important, so it deserves our support. You know, they missed the mark, but their heart was in the right place. So, you know, I got to give them niggas a A for effort on that one. I was disgusted, but at the same time, you know, it's a good movie that your kids should see. You know, it's just a good experience as far as that. You know, just knowing what all went into that film, you know, you should support that. So shout out to Eddie Murphy, you know, Arsenio Hall, Rick Ross, and everybody involved. Air horns, but my shit is down, so you gonna catch it on the back end. But anyway, you know, today's episode, I'm gonna talk about the value of privacy, the value of anonymity. Like a lot of people say that they want to be famous. A lot of motherfuckers, we in the viral era. Everybody want to do something to go viral. Everybody trying to get, they views up, they likes up, they visibility up. Everybody trying to be famous and all this old shit. Like, like a overnight celebrity on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or any of that shit. But my nigga Kirk Franklin, dog. Kirk Franklin is today's case study. Kirk Franklin cussed his son out sometime last week, and of course, shit went viral. And it's mixed reviews on both sides of this issue. Like you got the niggas, like myself, like we not all into the religified bullshit. I respect motherfuckers in their religion. I respect people's walk with God. I respect people's journey. But at the same time, as a Christian, it's not your fucking job to judge nobody, dog. And that's what I've been seeing a lot of. Like, a lot of motherfuckers talking down on Kirk Franklin, like, oh, he's a religious leader, he shouldn't be talking like that. And this just goes to, the beauty of anonymity, dog. Like it ain't always fly to be the famous person, because shit like this is like, dog, if he wasn't famous, we wouldn't even give a fuck. And this is something that I never liked when I was a Christian. It's like we judge our pastors, like our clergy members, people of the cloth, like deacons and even like ushers and shit. Like, nigga, we judge these niggas far too harshly. Like, Christians in general are just some judgmental motherfuckers. Like, nigga, I understand that, as a Christian, you're supposed to, pursue righteousness. You're supposed to follow righteousness. You're supposed to follow the word to the best of your ability. But it's like, goddamn, nigga, when you a pastor, like, motherfuckers act like you literally a fucking demigod or some shit. Like, it ain't that fucking deep, my nigga. Like, pastors make mistakes too, my nigga. Pastors want they dick sucked too. Pastors get mad too, my nigga. Like, it just comes with the fucking territory of being a human being. Like, your job is to, just follow what God said to the best of your ability. Just like you as a Christian, your pastor got the same type of walk that you got. He get tempted too. He get angry too. Stupid shit happens to him too. And sometimes he gotta check his motherfucking kid too, my nigga. Like the funny thing is, during the call, the argument between him and his son, he called his son a bitch ass nigga. And obviously, one of the things he did, he was telling the truth. Cause you can't say that his son wasn't operating like a bitch ass nigga. Like, who the fuck records a phone call between them and their father and post that shit to try to run their daddy name through the mud? Because the thing was, like, Kirk's whole rant was the fact that his son was being fucking disrespectful, which he was. Like, nigga, you talk, oh, I dare you, shut the fuck up. Like, nigga, you telling your daddy to shut the fuck up, my nigga? While he on the phone talking about, I put my foot up your ass, you bitch ass nigga. And it's like, dog, is it this far-fetched for us to believe that Kirk Franklin cusses, my nigga? Like, just listen to how that motherfucker, lead them songs. Like, he want to be like, okay, all you bitches shake your ass for the Lord. Okay, now bend that ass over and bust that thing open in the name of Jesus. Like, nigga, we expected some shit like this from Kirk Franklin, my nigga. Like, if you didn't expect Kirk Franklin to cuss, my nigga, this is literally like a lot of little kids, depending on, how they were raised by their parents. Like me, my mom cussed around me my whole life. But a lot of motherfuckers, like, they not used to hearing their parents cuss. Like, it's just certain motherfuckers you not used to hearing cuss. Like, you're not used to hearing your grandmother cuss. Or like the lady across the street, like, she a real churchy lady, but a dog shit on her grass and she like, you motherfucking mutt. Like, it's just certain motherfuckers you don't really expect to cuss. But it's like, I don't know why it's such a big shock, my nigga. Like, I knew he had it in him, my nigga. Like, at night, Kirk Franklin put his motherfucking baseball cap low and he turned into Plies at night, my nigga. You've never seen Kirk Franklin and Plies in the same place, my nigga. They like Batman and Bruce Wayne. So I wouldn't expect anything less, my nigga. Like me personally, I support Kirk Franklin. Like I fuck with what he does. Like I'm not a Christian music nigga. Like it ain't like I'm bumping gospel on my way to work or nothing. But I just appreciate the fact that he was able to bring gospel music into the secular world, my nigga. And even that, he received backlash for that. Like, oh, Christian music is supposed to sound a certain way. But it's like, my nigga, so y'all want Christian music to be boring? Like, is that what y'all niggas really want? You want that shit to be some shit that put niggas to sleep in church? It's like Kirk Franklin, he did a lot for, Christianity as a whole, bringing music into the fold of like, nigga, they was literally playing Stomp in the club, my nigga. Like Kirk Franklin, did a lot to cross over Christian music. It's probably a lot of motherfuckers that was going to church just because of what Kirk Franklin did. So, I don't really have nothing bad to say about him. My whole thing is really just, like I just hate the fact that certain motherfuckers, you get an image put on you. Because I don't think that Kirk Franklin walk around nowhere talking about, I'm perfect, I don't cuss, I don't look at ass, I don't watch titties bouncing in the crowd. Like, nigga, Kirk Franklin, if I'm not mistaken, a few years back, had like a little quote unquote scandal, where they found out that he was addicted to porn. And it's like, okay, my nigga. And again, like, I don't see how you judge this motherfucker for being addicted to porn when ass and titties is some of the most beautiful things on the planet, my nigga. Damn. Shout out to ass and titties. Round of applause for ass and titties. It's a beautiful thing, my nigga. It's one of God's greatest creations. So why would I be mad at Kirk Franklin for looking at it, my nigga? Like, motherfuckers in church in general, it's like y'all niggas be looking at certain motherfuckers, and the thing is, like in church they, or say in the Bible, he who is without sin cast the first stone. And it's a trip how many motherfuckers be willing to throw rocks at the fucking pulpit, my nigga. It's like the same motherfuckers that get out of church, smoke a blunt, cuss they girl out, go do some bullshit, get drunk, is the motherfucker talking bad about what the fucking pastor do when he off the clock. It's like, nigga, who are you to judge him for what he do? Just because he stand in the front of the church and you sit in the back of the church. Like, it don't make no fucking difference, my nigga. He human like you. He make fucking mistakes like you. It's like we hold all type of motherfuckers, to this fucking standard that really just ain't fair on some real shit. It's like we ask way too much of our leaders, and this really goes beyond Christianity. Like the president. Like, you hear how motherfuckers talk about, especially a president that they don't like. Like, whenever there's a Democrat in office, the Republicans talking shit about how he's this, he's that, he's so immoral, he's so stupid, he's doing this wrong, he's doing that wrong, look at the fucking suit he wearing, look at what he said, this is wrong, and then vice versa. When Donald Trump was in office, everything that nigga did, niggas was shitting on him about it. Even though when Bill Clinton was doing a lot of the same shit, like, let's just imagine if, say, Donald Trump got his dick sucked by a side bitch in the White House. Motherfuckers would have been shitting all over him, even though when Bill Clinton did it, we thought that shit was cool. Like, that was the flyest shit in the world when Bill Clinton got his dick sucked. But when Donald Trump said grab him by the pussy, it was like, oh my God, how can a president say such a thing? Who grabs pussy? Nigga, I've never thought to actually grab a bitch by the pussy, but I done played with a lot of pussy in my life. So I'm not mad at Donald Trump for that shit. But if Bill Clinton had said the same shit, we would have let it slide. It's like we ask way too much of our leaders, dog. Like, our leaders are here to lead, not be perfect, dog. Like, that's one of the things that I say on this fucking show all the time. Like, I don't give advice from the perspective of a nigga who is perfect. I don't spit this game as a nigga who is perfect. I spit this game as a motherfucker who's made mistakes. I got this game from making mistakes, from learning from the mistakes of other motherfuckers. Not to say that if you listen to me, you won't make mistakes, or listen to me because I don't make mistakes. That ain't the motherfucking thing, nigga. We all fuck up. And I give advice, to basically say, nigga, I fucked up here. Hopefully you don't. This is where I fucked up. Try not to fuck up here. It's highly possible that you will fuck up here, but try not to. Here's the information. Do with it what you will. Because that's what the Bible is, my nigga. Like the Bible, from, what my assistant pastor would always say, basic instructions before leaving earth. Like the Bible is basically, like an instruction manual for life. It's a lot of good information in that motherfucker. If y'all listen to this show for, a good amount of time, y'all know I quote the Bible a lot. Like I'm not a Christian, but at one point I was a devout Christian. I went to church 4 days a week. I gave tithes, I gave offerings. I stopped using profanity for a few years. Like, I was real serious about that shit. And, like me, I'm not gonna say that I was judgmental, but I did notice a lot. Just as far as the difference between certain motherfuckers, walk of faith in Christianity. Like me personally, when I was in church, nigga, I stopped cussing cold turkey. Like I basically walked around as if God could see me at all times. Like that used to always be like my personal mantra to keep me disciplined, to keep walking in righteousness, or, what my version of righteousness was. I would always say, like, I gotta act as if God could see me at all times. Because, like I say a lot of times about Christians, my nigga, like me, I will walk around like God could see me. But, a lot of Christians would stop cussing if they pastor around, or stop cussing if they mama around, but they won't stop cussing even though at all times God is around. But I'm not judging them for it. Because at the end of the day, like, we all fuck up. We all human beings. The best thing that you can ask for a human being is to at least have good intentions in the moves that you make. Even when you make a mistake, the best I could ask is that your heart is in the right place. Like, this is something that I walk around with as far as just the way that I guide my steps throughout life. I just try to keep my heart in the right place. Even though I may fuck up, blame my mind, not my heart. A lot of motherfuckers use that phrase, that term. Blame my mind, not my heart. And this is what the fuck happened to Kirk Franklin, dog. Like, don't judge his heart for what he was saying, because at the end of the day, his heart was in the right place, my nigga. In the Bible it say, nigga, spare the rod, spoil the child. His son was out of line and he was checking his motherfucking ass. And a lot of times, when it comes to your kids, as a parent, like, it ain't no rule book to this shit, dog. As a parent, like, we all got our style. We all got something that we do in order to get through to our kids. Sometimes you gotta shake their asses up sometime. Sometime, okay, son, you have to go to your room. Sometimes that don't work, nigga. Sometimes you gotta be like, hey, get your little big head motherfucking ass in the room before I fuck you up. Nigga, sometimes you gotta get stern with their ass. Sometimes you gotta use some colorful language with their ass. Be quiet is cool. But at the same time, sometimes be quiet don't work. Be quiet. Be quiet, Sean. Sean, be quiet. Sean, lower your voice. Sean, please be quiet. Shut the fuck up. Now Sean gonna sit his ass down and shut the fuck up. Especially coming from a nigga like Kirk Franklin. And that's the thing, my nigga. Like, we don't know what type of relationship we got with his son. Like, all we got was that little recording. We got that little fucking piece of what the fuck that interaction is. So, like, we don't really know what the fuck his son did to get him talking like that. You know, because in the midst of the video that I seen, his son was telling him, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. I dare you. I dare you. Because he was saying, I'll put my foot in your ass. I dare you. I dare you. Like, my nigga, when your son challenge you, dog, Christian or not, my nigga, you're gonna react a certain way. Like, I don't give a fuck who you are, my nigga. Like, nigga, whether you TD Jakes, nigga, or you motherfucking LaDainian Tomlinson, motherfucking Lawrence Taylor, nigga, Tiny Lister, Ice Cube, anybody, nigga. Your son come at you foul, my nigga. You gonna react differently. It ain't gonna be no regular shit, my nigga. You gonna go the fuck off. So again, nigga, like we don't know what the fuck go on between Kirk Franklin and his son. Like, I understand the need to apologize because, again, I feel like that's the detriment of being a celebrity. Like, that's the part that makes me be like, nigga, I would love for my numbers to go high as a podcaster. Like, I would love to be like the top podcast where everybody knows my work. Everybody knows what I do as a podcast and shit. Like, I hope I get, my numbers to where I could get advertisers and all of that shit so I could do this shit full time. But at the same time, like, fame fucking sucks, my nigga. Fame is some bullshit. Like, I don't want to have to move a certain way. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, I can't go to the mall because it's going to be 1,000 niggas storming me. Or, I can't say this anymore because I got thousands of people listening to me. Oh, I can't make this mistake because I got thousands of motherfuckers looking up to me. Like, that shit is bullshit, dog. Like, as a regular ass nigga, there's shit that a lot of regular motherfuckers could do and get away with that celebrities just fucking can't, my nigga. Like, celebrities can't tweet some bullshit that they just was in their feelings and hopped on Twitter and just blew that shit out. Like, you as a regular nigga, you get into it with your girl, nigga, you can jump right on Twitter and be like, nigga, fuck these bitches. These hoes ain't shit. All the bitches is fucking cheaters. These hoes is scandalous. Fuck these raggedy ass hoes. And that motherfucker gonna get one fucking retweet, 2 fucking comments, and niggas just gonna leave that shit alone and it's gonna be gone forever. Like, nigga, imagine Kirk Franklin tweeting some shit like that. Like, Kirk Franklin get on Twitter, be like, man, my son is a bitch ass nigga. That tweet is gonna get 10 million retweets. It's gonna be on fucking Fox News. That motherfucker gonna be on all the blogs. It's gonna be at the top of the fucking shade room, just like this fucking video, my nigga. Like, anything that a celebrity does, it gets unnecessary scrutiny, my nigga. And this is the thing. Like, everybody say they want to be famous. Like, everybody think they want to be like Beyonce and Rihanna and all these famous celebrities that gotta shut the fucking Disneyland down just to walk around and close the mall just to be able to walk around. Like, nigga, being a celebrity is like being in fucking jail on some real shit, dog. Like, being watched every move you make, that shit gotta be some bullshit, my nigga. Like, you can't even like walk in your backyard in your drawers because motherfuckers is watching you with cameras. Like, everything that you do on social media is scrutinized to the umpteenth fucking degree. Like, that shit gotta be some bullshit. Like, nigga, you can't even check your fucking son without that shit going viral. And like I said, like, his son is a bitch ass nigga for that shit. Like, that's some hoe ass behavior. Like, that's that shit bitches do. Like, screenshot your shit and blow it out. Like, nigga, this conversation was between me and you, my nigga. This shit was not for no fucking public platform, dog. Like, nigga, at the end of the day, nigga, I'm Kirk fucking Franklin. So you, as my child, is gonna try to blow me out? Like, nigga, that's some hoe shit, dog. You know, cause like I said, like I get it, I understand the title of a clergyman or whatever you would consider him, a motherfucking, you know, a leader of, you know, the music of the Lord or whatever you would call that shit. But he a fucking human, my nigga. Like he makes mistakes, my nigga. You know, and I honestly, me personally, I wouldn't even call this shit a mistake, my nigga. He's checking his motherfucking son. He's calling it what the fuck it is, my nigga. His son is a bitch ass nigga. It ain't no Christian way to say that shit. Like it is what it is at the end of the day, my nigga. He was being a bitch ass nigga. And he said, I'm gonna put my foot in your ass. Like a lot of times, dog, it ain't a Christian way to say certain shit. Like I used to tell motherfuckers all the time, like when I was in church, like a lot of the way that I speak or the way that I was used to speaking before I got into church, you know, because I talk like this, nigga, most of my life, you know, but when I got into church, nigga, I didn't use profanity. My nigga, I didn't cuss. Like if y'all go run back the episode that I did New Year's of this year, I didn't use no profanity. You know, it's like you got to be very creative to say certain shit without using no fucking profanity, my nigga. You know, so like in the case of Kirk Franklin and him checking his son, like nigga, it's hard to find a Christian way to call somebody a bitch ass nigga. You know, especially when that's how they acting, my nigga. Like you're acting like a bitch. There's no biblical way to say you acting like a bitch. You know, like I might have to put a poll on Instagram, like my nigga, if you consider yourself to be a devout Christian and you're trying to, you know, walk that path and somebody acting like a bitch ass nigga, how do you call them that without saying bitch ass nigga? Because that's literally what the fuck it is, my nigga. And like I said, like when it comes to being a fucking celebrity, like even, you know, us as black people, you know, a lot of us historically, you know, are Christians, if not Muslims or Jehovah Witnesses. Like those are kind of like the big three religions as far as the black community. You know, we usually a fucking Christian, a Muslim, or a Jehovah Witness. And a lot of our fucking religious leaders will slip up. And being that they not famous, like we'll let that shit slide. Like we might talk about that shit for like the next week or two. Like, oh man, Pastor Johnson, I heard him call this dude a bitch. You know, I seen him at the liquor store. Like, you know, it'd be like a small scandal amongst our church, and then it'd be water under the bridge. But like when it come to fucking Kirk Franklin, like everything this nigga do has such a high level of scrutiny. Like I wouldn't even want that shit, dog. Like nigga, being a celebrity is some it gotta be some bullshit. You know, it's cool that you rich and, you know, people recognize you and want to take pictures with you and all of that type of shit. But it's like, dog, that's a wish I never would want granted. You know, and like that's one of the things that like I just say in general, you know, about wishes. You know, like they say, you know, watch what you wish for. You just might get it. That's how I feel about celebrity. Like that's how I feel about being rich and famous. Like I would love to be rich but anonymous. Like I love to be that rich nigga, that motherfucker just like, damn, who the fuck is that nigga hopping out that fucking Rolls Royce? Who's that nigga hopping out that motherfucking Maybach truck? Like who the fuck is that dude? Like that's how I want to be. Like I don't want to everywhere I go, oh shit, Yung Dolemite, oh Yung Dolemite. I hate that shit, dog. Like that's like my least favorite feeling, especially like being a street nigga. You know, like I hate anywhere I go when a nigga know me and I don't know that nigga. Like me personally, that's a scary feeling. You know, because coming from the background that I come from, like, you know, the area that I come from, you know, the lifestyle that I come from, nigga, that's a bad thing, dog. It's like my worst fear for to be somewhere minding my fucking business and a nigga walk up on me like, hey homie, you Yung Dolemite? That's like my least favorite shit. I don't give a fuck if the nigga say I love your podcast or what's up motherfuckers and motherfuckers, and then there was bass. You know, like, you know, cause sometimes a motherfucker run into me and hit me with like one of my lines from my show and shit. Like that be niggas favorite shit. Oh, what's up motherfuckers and motherfuckers? Like that shit cool. You know, like I appreciate the fact that niggas support me. But just as a fucking regular human being, my nigga, as a private fucking citizen, nigga, that shit literally scares me when a nigga run up on me asking, "Are you Young Dolemite?" Like, like the street nigga come back into me. Because when you in the street, nigga, the last thing you want a motherfucker to ask you is, "Hey, homie, you whoop-de-whoop?" Nigga, so imagine being a fucking celebrity and everywhere you go, "Oh shit, Kirk Franklin, Kirk Franklin, Kirk Franklin." Like, nigga, you could be literally a fucking assassin, dog. Like, you could be somebody trying to fucking shoot me, nigga. Like, you might be trying to get my fucking attention just so you could confirm my identity so you could smoke me, my nigga. Like, that shit is scary, my nigga. And a lot of celebrities go through that. And it's like people call them dicks and assholes and punk ass motherfuckers. Like, to this day, like, I know a bunch of people that don't like a particular celebrity because the celebrity didn't get him an autograph or didn't give them the time of day. Like, a lot of people expect a lot of celebrities. Like, they want celebrities to be like literally public servants, dog. Like, nigga, just cause I sing good don't mean I gotta be nice to your motherfucking ass. Just cause I could rap don't mean I gotta fucking put my arm around you. Just because I could fucking play basketball real good don't mean I'm obligated to be nice to your motherfucking ass. Like, I might have ran out of my fucking nice meter 3 hours ago. Like, you don't know how many pictures I done took with niggas today. You don't know how many fucking autographs I signed today. You don't know how many motherfuckers who I took pictures with today. I'm not in the fucking mood to take pictures with you, nigga. And that's the thing with being a fucking celebrity, dog. It's like people think that you supposed to carry yourself a certain way. Like, you supposed to walk on fucking water, not make mistakes, not slip and cuss, not watch some porn and jack off. Like, god damn, nigga, like, being famous must be some bullshit. Especially for a nigga like Kirk Franklin. Cause when that porn shit came out, my nigga, I literally didn't bat an eye. Like, the only thing when, it came out that Kirk Franklin was addicted to porn, like, the only thing that my real takeaway from it was like, hey, nigga, I feel you, dog. Me too. I love porn too, nigga. Porn is the shit. I know, nigga, you probably be on, that nigga probably be on the same fucking websites I be on. That nigga probably be on X videos too. Pornhub too, nigga. Spank Bang and all that shit. X Hamster. That nigga Kirk Franklin probably got a fucking profile on every fucking porn site that I be on. And shout out to him for that. But it's like, god damn, dude. Like, I really feel sorry for a lot of these celebrities. Like, that's why a lot of these motherfuckers kill themselves, dog. Like, nigga, being famous gotta be some bullshit. Like, nigga, just imagine, like, us as regular human beings, right? Like, let's just say, like, you fucking around on your phone, you on Instagram and you see an ad for a dope ass sweatshirt. Let's just say that shit is at I don't know, Macy's, and it's on sale. $30, fresh ass sweatshirt. They got your size and everything. You like, I'm finna run to the mall and get this motherfucking sweatshirt from Macy's. You, as a private citizen, you can literally go run your ass to Macy's real quick, grab this fresh ass sweatshirt, and do it moving, my nigga. Get in and out. You can stop at fucking Starbucks on the way, get you a fucking Frappuccino, and enjoy your motherfucking day. Everything is peachy, nigga. Everything fly. That's cool. But as a celebrity, dog, you see that same fucking sweatshirt, you gotta send a representative. Or you gotta fucking, call the mall ahead and close down some stores in order for you to shop. Because, like, a lot of us as private citizens, dog, like, we take a lot of being normal for granted. Like, motherfuckers think that it's trash to be regular, my nigga. Like, I used to say this shit all the time, like, when I was in school, like, nigga, it's not always dope to be the smartest kid in class. Because if I fail a test, it's looked at differently than if all the regular kids fail a test. Like, when you're exceptional in anything, you're judged different. You're looked at different. Like, everything that you do gotta be fucking different because you're considered to be different. Like, when you're the popular kid in school or any of that shit, my nigga, like, everything you do is scrutinized. Everything you do is judged differently. Like, nigga, like, it's like motherfuckers should value the fact that they fucking regular, my nigga. Like, it's cool to stand out in spoonfuls. Like, everybody wants a level of attention. Everybody wants to be the center of attention every now and then. Everybody want eyes on them every now and then. But for that to be full time, I know that shit bullshit. Like, I could think of 1,000 fucking quote unquote scandals that celebrities have, that us as regular motherfuckers, we got that same shit. But it's a million memes when it happened to a celebrity. It's a big fucking scandal when it happened to a celebrity. It's like literally front page fucking news when it happened to a fucking celebrity. Like Kevin Hart, oh, he got caught with his side bitch. Oh my God, I'm so disappointed in Kevin Hart. Oh, how could he do this? Oh, I can't fucking believe it. Like, nigga, he's Kevin Hart, my nigga. There's literally thousands of bad bitches trying to fuck him on a regular basis, dog. Like, somebody gonna slip through the fucking cracks. Like, that's just the one we caught him with. And that's the thing. Like, nigga, to be a celebrity gotta be some bullshit. I would fucking hate that shit. Because it's like, nigga, there's mistakes that us as humans make, that we watch a celebrity make, and we'll judge them for literally doing the same shit we do. The same shit we done been caught doing. The same shit we probably in the moment are doing. We judging the motherfucker for literally making the same mistake as us. We making memes about a motherfucker who's making the same type of mistakes we make. Because they fucking human, my nigga. Especially because they got a different level of access to certain shit. Like, it gotta be way fucking more difficult. Especially for a motherfucker like Kirk Franklin, dog. Because, like, it's already enough to just be a celebrity in general. Like, because at least most celebrities, they can make certain mistakes. Like, like, let's just say like Will Smith. At a certain point, Will Smith was kind of like the rapper that didn't curse. Like, he kind of gave himself this little clean rapper image. Like, I rap and I don't curse. I can rap without saying cuss words, and I got a Grammy, and that's cool. Tupac, fuck him. He's fucking my wife. I don't like him. Like, but he cussed in his movies. Like, he can cuss on his free time. He might not cuss on wax, but he can go cuss. Like, a lot of celebrities got a lot of leeway to do a lot of shit. But a nigga like Kirk Franklin, it's like we expect this nigga to really, like, real life be Jesus or some shit. Like, just because this nigga sing about, the Lord and, forgiveness and, the grace and mercy of Jesus, it's like we expect this nigga to literally be Jesus. And that ain't the fucking case, my nigga. He a fucking human, my nigga. Especially when the motherfucker, like, break bad on you, especially your fucking child. Like, like, this is another reason that I'm just like, man, y'all niggas going overboard. Like, when he made his fucking apology video on fucking Twitter, and I'm seeing like a bunch of motherfuckers in the comments, and all of them in their bio got some type of Christian shit. Like, oh, I'm a Sunday school teacher, or I'm a fucking a teacher of Christian biology at such and such fucking junior college. And it's like, nigga, I get it, dog. When you a member of the church, especially when you like a clergyman, or you got some rank in church, yeah, it's expected for you to walk a certain way. It's expected, for you to have, certain ways about you. It should be certain shit that you wouldn't expect a motherfucker to say or a motherfucker to do. Like, like with anything. Like, it's just certain shit that certain people, you just wouldn't expect for them to do that. But this ain't my expectation, especially for Kirk Franklin, especially for something that he felt like was a private matter, my nigga. Like, it wasn't like Kirk Franklin was arguing with his son knowing that there were cameras and microphones And he just was like, you bitch ass nigga, I'll put my motherfucking foot in your ass, nigga. I'ma fuck you up when I see you. It wasn't that, my nigga. They was having a private conversation that he felt like was just between him and his fucking child, who was being very fucking disrespectful, my nigga. Your child being disrespectful, you gonna probably say some shit to that child that a lot of motherfuckers wouldn't expect for you to say. So I'm not mad at him for that shit, my nigga. But it's like when you a fucking celebrity, every fucking thing you say and do got microscopes on that shit. And that shit is fucking unfair, my nigga. Like I said, like, nigga, I would hate that. I would hate to be in Kirk Franklin's shoes. As beautiful as it is for this motherfucker to be highly successful, you know, a legend in his own right, you know, a motherfucker who a lot of people look up to, a motherfucker that a lot of people follow, a lot of motherfuckers consider him to be a leader and a role model. You know, that's a beautiful thing. But at the same time, it's like, my nigga, like, as a role model, as a leader, like, we got to give motherfuckers room to make mistakes, dog. Because we are going to make mistakes, my nigga. We human, dog. You know, the best thing you could ask is for a motherfucker to have good intentions. You know, because the thing is, like, when shit like this happens, like, we don't give a nigga the, well, look, dog, look at how many people he brought to Jesus. Like, we not going to give him that pass. We not gonna give him the, hey man, you know, he helped a lot of motherfuckers out. A lot of his music is what motherfuckers play when they day going bad. His music is what a lot of motherfuckers play when they contemplating suicide or some shit. Like, Kirk Franklin has done a lot to help a lot of people, dog. You know, so it's like we gotta give that nigga a pass on this shit, which we're gonna give him. Like, it ain't like. And it's funny because I have seen that from certain stupid ass motherfuckers, like talking about fucking canceling goddamn Kirk Franklin. If you gonna cancel Kirk Franklin, fuck you, dog. Just straight the fuck up. Like, kiss my ass, eat a dick, you a bitch. You the same bitch ass nigga he called his son, my nigga. Like, you ain't fucking canceling no goddamn Kirk Franklin, my nigga. Kirk Franklin is a jewel to the black community, my nigga. He shall be protected. But you know, it is what it is according to that. What my nigga the world according to Eric say. I'm waiting for more details to unfold as of now. He ain't no different than another black parent. But if more details come out and he's really problematic, then I'll judge accordingly. Like, the thing is, dog, like I said, as far as, like, you know, his interaction with his son, we can't discount the fact that his son was literally telling him, shut the fuck up, nigga, I dare you, and shit like that. Like, nigga, you're using provocative language toward me, my nigga, as my child, my nigga. Like, us as parents, niggas, like, you know, when you a fucking parent, nigga, your son tell you, I dare you, nigga, that shit gonna take you right out your motherfucking element, dog. I don't give a fuck how Christian I am, nigga. I'm gonna take this motherfucking choir robe off and I'm gonna beat your ass. Like, nigga, and I don't give a fuck what rank of the church your ass is in. Nigga, I'm gonna fuck you up, my nigga. Fuck you mean I dare you? Fuck you mean shut the fuck up? Nigga, you got me fucked up. You know, cause like I said, my nigga, with him calling his son a bitch ass nigga, it ain't no Christian way to say that, dog. His son was being a bitch ass nigga. So it ain't no way to say bitch ass nigga without saying bitch ass nigga. Yes, I'm a Christian, but you're a bitch ass nigga. In the name of Jesus. Hallelujah, nigga, goddamn. What's going on, Never Not Kirsten? But yeah, nigga, like, his son was displaying bitch ass nigga behavior. Kirk Franklin was calling it as it is. We have to give Kirk Franklin his just due for keeping it real. He's a Christian. He gotta tell the truth. His son was being a bitch ass nigga, and he wanted to put his foot in his ass. It's not a Christian way to say a lot of this shit. And again, as far as Kirk Franklin was concerned, this was between him and his son. You know, it wasn't like there was, you know, a camera crew. Like, it ain't like they got a reality show and fucking Mona Scott was standing there with the camera and Kirk Franklin just got out of his element like, you bitch ass nigga, I'm gonna fuck your ass up, nigga. What the fuck you want to do? Like, no, my nigga. Like, he was having a private conversation, my nigga. A lot of us as human beings, we say a lot of shit in private conversation that we wouldn't say in a public forum. Like a lot of us have conversations with our family members, close friends, and people like that we wouldn't have in front of, say, our boss or our pastor or our mother. Like it's shit you'll say in front of your friends that you wouldn't say in front of your mama. This was this. Kirk Franklin was saying something to his son that he didn't plan on getting onto the public fucking platforms. Nigga, he didn't want everybody to hear him call his son a bitch ass nigga. On some real shit, I'm sure he don't even want people to know that his son is a bitch ass nigga. But his son is a bitch ass nigga, and his son put that shit on full display, my nigga. You know, like Never Not Kirsten said, you know, your adult kids can make you feel that way sometimes. Of course, and this is what I'm saying. You know, because if you listen to the clip, his son is literally telling him shut the fuck up. I would never tell my mother to shut the fuck up. And if I told my mother to shut the fuck up, I would expect nothing less than her telling me, nigga, I'll put my motherfucking foot in your ass. Nigga, I'll fuck you up. I'ma beat your ass. It ain't no, I don't give a fuck how Christian you are, my nigga. Like I said, I was a Christian. There's just certain shit that you say to a person. Like there's just a certain tone that profanity sets that not using profanity, it ain't gonna hit the same. I could tell you, sit down. Sit down, son. Please sit down. Son, sit down. You know, you can raise your tone. Sit down. Sit your motherfucking ass down. Now you're gonna get results. That's what Kirk Franklin was doing, my nigga. Especially the fact that his son was literally cussing at him first. You know, like that's another part that motherfucker seemed to not get. His son was literally telling him, shut the fuck up. He said, nigga, I put my foot in your ass. Nigga, I dare you. Like, nigga, your son coming at you like that, my nigga, a motherfucker you made. You know, all of us know, nigga, I brought you in this world and I'll take you out. Nigga, that's what Kirk Franklin probably was feeling at the time. Like, son, I love you. You're my creation. I brought you into this world, but I'll fuck your ass up, little nigga. You don't know me like that, and I'm Kirk Franklin, nigga. Like, we don't know what the fuck Kirk Franklin did before he was singing, you know, Why We Sing and Stomp and all this beautiful shit. You might think that church is doing all this shit, but it's like, nigga, Kirk Franklin probably a whooping nigga ass before all this shit. Like, nigga, a lot of Christians was with the bullshit before they, you know, they transitioned over. Profanity keeps you from fucking somebody up. Exactly. Like I said, I fully support Kirk Franklin in all of his decisions and everything that he said, you know, in all of that shit. There's nothing Kirk Franklin said in that fucking phone call that I feel was wrong, because his son was being a bitch ass nigga. And that's what the fuck it was, nigga. What, nigga? Anybody in the comments, my nigga, please tell me the Christian way to call somebody a bitch ass nigga. It ain't there. Like, when you being a bitch ass nigga, that's the best way to fucking call it. It was what it was. He was being a bitch ass nigga. Especially the fact that he leaked the fucking the conversation, dog. You know, like, this is the fucking thing about being a celebrity. This is the part that's fucked up. This is the thing that, like, I tell motherfuckers, like, I value my anonymity. I enjoy being low. Like, I enjoy being able to make a mistake and that be between me and who I made the mistake with, me and who I made the mistake against, and that be it. Like, you know, the couple of weeks ago when I missed a couple of shows because of a mistake that I made, I was able to do that anonymously. Like, it wasn't like I had to come on too much game and explain myself and apologize for what I did specifically, because everybody knows and everybody's all in my fucking business. No. You know, I don't carry myself as a perfect motherfucker. You know, I don't have an image of perfection, especially, like I said, Kirk Franklin never asked to be looked at as a perfect person. Kirk Franklin never fucking got on a microphone and said, hey, good morning, saints. I'm Kirk Franklin, the perfect human being that never makes a mistake, never looks at ass and titties, never uses profanity. He never said that shit. My name Kirk Franklin, the human being. I make good music. I make Christian music. I help a lot of people. That's what I do. Judge me for that, my nigga. Like, don't judge a motherfucker based on his goddamn mistakes. Because we all make them motherfuckers. Like, nigga, if a motherfucker judged you on the mistakes that you made in private, nigga, a lot of us would look like real fucked up people. A lot of us would have a real fucked up reputation if we was judged on the mistakes we made more than the good shit that we did. Like a lot of us, like me, for instance, a lot of people know me as a father, a person who tries to help people with my podcast, whether it be through good advice or humor or things of that nature, a husband, brother, son, and all that shit. Like, y'all niggas don't know what the fuck I be doing wrong. Y'all don't know what I've done wrong in my life. Like, I might be judged completely differently if motherfuckers knew what I did before I was, trying to be on my Christian shit. What I did before I was trying to be on my married shit. What I did before I was on my working, doing, having a job shit. Like, it's a lot of shit that motherfuckers do on the low that they just hope nobody ever finds out about, my nigga. We all got skeletons in our closet. We all got shit that we do that we don't want nobody to fucking know about. So I'm not finna judge a motherfucker based on something that he thought was a private matter that went public. Because it's a lot of shit that we all do in private, say in private, that we would like to keep private, my nigga. And that's like the long and the short of that shit, my nigga. Like, it sucks for, him to have to go through such scrutiny based on the image that honestly we put on him. He didn't ask for this shit. Nigga, all that nigga asked for was, hey man, I make good music. I want the Christians to be able to enjoy theyself, and I want people that ain't Christian to be able to also enjoy the music that I make that is, promoting the lifestyle of Christianity. And it ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, I applaud him for his mission. I applaud him for what he's trying to accomplish with his music. With the things that he does that, a lot of motherfuckers probably don't see. Like, as much as we scrutinize him, because like Kirk Franklin, throughout his career, like, it's been thousands of comedians and public figures who've made jokes about Kirk Franklin. Because like I seen a lot of motherfuckers like D.L. Hughley posted it himself. Like a stand up he did about 10, 15 years ago, talking about Kirk Franklin, he gon' slip and cuss. Nigga, that's not even like a new joke. Like, that's not even that's low hanging fruit. Let's put it that way. Like, I heard Don D.C. Curry make that same joke. Like, I've heard a bunch of comedians make jokes about, Kirk Franklin getting on stage and cussing while he leading, the choir. Like, I forgot who the fuck that was that had made my favorite Kirk Franklin joke. And it was basically like it was like someone asked a question. Why do we sing? Why do they sing? We sing because he tells us, and I don't pay him a damn thing. Like, that joke had me fucking rolling. But that's just the type of shit that they say about Kirk Franklin, my nigga. And it comes with the territory. It comes with being a celebrity. And that's the thing. Like, when you famous, when you got, a level of clout, when you got so many eyes on you, like, everybody got something to say. Everybody's judging you. Everybody looking at you a certain way. And that shit suck, dog. Like, I really feel sorry for the nigga, man. Like, shout out to Kirk Franklin. Prayers to him and his family. Hopefully, his relationship with his son get better because, in his apology he said, like, nigga, I called our family therapist, to help us iron this shit out. So it's like he's seeking help in his relationship with his son. Like it ain't that he's being this fucking dickhead asshole who's just a terrible fucking parent who cusses his fucking son out and he's fucking abusive and all of this old shit. Like I really don't see it as that, my nigga. Like I just see it as a motherfucker who's a celebrity raising his son as a fucking celebrity in a world of celebrity. Like a lot of kids who are raised in these households break bad. Like look at Lawrence Fishburne's daughter. She a fucking porn star, my nigga. And shout out to her. Like I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying in general. Like as a celebrity, like it's difficult to be a celebrity and a parent. So it's like you don't know what the fuck these motherfuckers is going through as far as their relationship with their kids. Like I'm sure Kirk Franklin wasn't able to be in the household as much as he wanted to. He wasn't probably able to discipline his son to the level that he probably would have wanted to where he wouldn't even have had to call him a bitch ass nigga as a grown man. To where his son will be displaying the characteristics and the behaviors of a bitch ass nigga as a grown man. If Kirk Franklin was able to be more present, he probably wouldn't have had to do all that or say all that. But in order for them to have the lifestyle that they had, he had to do what he had to do. And this is why I'm not judging them so harshly. Like it's easy to sit there from your fucking couch and tell a quarterback what fucking receiver he should have threw the fucking ball to. But there's a reason that nigga's on the field and you on your motherfucking couch. Like that's the thing in this whole shit. Like what the fuck that shit say in the Bible? It's basically, like along the lines of, people like to judge you for the splinter in your eye while they themselves have a whole plank in theirs. And that's what this is, my nigga. This is a bunch of motherfuckers judging a human being for doing what a human being do, and that's fucking make mistakes. A lot of us fuck up. Our fuck ups just don't go public. Like I use Kim Kardashian a lot in this example. Before her, I used Jennifer Lopez. Because like a lot of people call Kim Kardashian a hoe because of, her body count, her track record. A lot of the famous people who we've seen that she slept with, who she's had relationships with, who we've seen her dating. The fact that her sex tape with Ray J got leaked. A lot of motherfuckers love to call her a hoe because what brought her to prominence. But at the same time, like Kim Kardashian is a accomplished businesswoman. She's a media mogul, my nigga. She's a literal fucking superstar. No matter how you feel about her, it ain't like she's famous because she made more pornos, my nigga. Like she made a fucking sex tape and she flipped that sex tape into a multi-million-dollar empire for her whole fucking family, dog. And I give her props for that. Like that's like a big thing as far as me personally. Even though, I make jokes about it on Cat versus Dog and shit like that. Like I always will say, like I'm a judgmental nigga. I'm not really a judgmental nigga. I just like to make jokes about shit. So I'll crack jokes about some shit, but I'm not judgmental about it. I'll be the same nigga posting the same memes that everybody else is posting, but I don't judge. So like with a Kim Kardashian, a lot of motherfuckers don't like her because, of the image that she has, but I applaud her. Because like even with Kylie Jenner, like, a lot of motherfuckers had the same deck of cards that these motherfuckers had. You got the same 24 hours. Like a lot of celebrities had sex tape leak and they ain't fucking Kim Kardashian. A lot of motherfuckers had a famous husband or, a lot of the shit that we judge her for. Oh, she posed nude. Oh, she posts. It's a million bitches on Instagram posting thirst traps. Ain't none of them Kim Kardashian. A lot of fucking celebrities done had scandals. Ain't none of them Kim Kardashian. Like, nigga, I applaud her for using what the fuck she had and blowing up off that shit. Because, like, we don't understand the level of scrutiny that a celebrity goes through. And for you to be able to flourish under such pressure, I applaud that shit, my nigga. Because it's like this. I digressed from my point of me bringing up Kim Kardashian. A lot of motherfuckers call Kim Kardashian a hoe. Yet, they themselves as women probably got a body count twice as long. Only difference is your shit ain't on Front Street. Your shit ain't public fucking record. And then the sad part is, you judge Kim Kardashian for fucking The Game, Reggie Bush, Ray J, Kanye West, various basketball players and things of that nature. You done fuck 20 niggas that don't nobody know, and them niggas ain't even got shit. How the fuck you gonna judge somebody who getting ran through by celebrities, rich people, and motherfuckers who can have anybody they want? You getting fucked on by a nigga that work at Foot Locker. You getting fucked on by a nigga who sell nickel bags on the corner. You getting fucked on by a nigga with a fake chain, fake watch, fake jewelry. I don't judge what celebrities do, my nigga. Like, they're where they are for a reason. I'm where I am for a reason. I don't throw rocks at the throne, my nigga. Like, I don't fucking look up from my fucking canoe and clown somebody on a fucking yacht. That's just not how I move. Like, that's something that I tell motherfuckers just in general when they sit around judging celebrities, dog. Like, I understand. Like, I tell motherfuckers all the time, like, I'm a man of principles. I'm a man of morals. Like, I'm a man of character. So I judge that in people, like, moving without integrity. I do judge things of that nature, like, because that's human nature. Whether you famous or not, integrity is something that we should all carry ourselves with. Morals, principles. Like, there's just some shit that no matter how much money you got, there's just some shit that you just keep with you. So a lot of that shit is like, yeah, I kind of judge on certain shit. But for the most part, man, motherfuckers got to run their own fucking race. Motherfuckers got to do what they got to do. They make their own mistakes. They make their own plays. And, my whole thing is everybody got paid. So shout out to them for that shit, my nigga. Like, shout out to Kirk Franklin and his family. I hope that they do well. I hope that they grow from this situation. I hope the best for Kirk Franklin, because Kirk Franklin has done a lot of good in his life, in the black community, in the Christian community, probably in his family, I'm sure. Like, he's an overall good person, my nigga, and I'm judging him based on what he does good more than what he does bad, my nigga, because like your mistakes shouldn't be what we judge you by. I understand the jokes, because I'm posting the motherfuckers too. I enjoy the jokes, my nigga. You trip and fall in the black community, we laugh at you, my nigga. That just is what it is. But we shouldn't be trying to cancel this nigga and judge him harshly because he's doing the same shit that a lot of us do. A lot of motherfuckers, he cussing at a grown ass man at the end of the day. The nigga's son is, probably 30. Yeah, you call a 30-year-old a bitch ass nigga. Nigga, you 30. Running around this motherfucker like a 19-year-old girl. Posting conversations and shit, you little bitch ass. That's some bitch ass nigga shit. It ain't like his son is 4. Because then I'll be judging him. Now, if his son 5 years old and he calling him a bitch ass nigga, that's foul as a motherfucker. you all the way out of line. I'm not gonna call my young son a bitch ass nigga. But 30, nigga, we looking at each other eye to eye. I can call you a bitch ass nigga at 30. If me and my dad get into it and he called me a bitch ass nigga, of course I'm gonna be mad because I ain't no bitch ass nigga. But at the same time, nigga, that's how me and my dad talk to each other. Nigga, what's going on? Yeah, this some bullshit. Whoopty whoopty whoop. We cuss at each other. We grown fucking men. So like I said, there was nothing wrong that Kirk Franklin said in that fucking conversation. And I'm not gonna judge him for that shit, my nigga. And us as, people, we shouldn't judge motherfuckers honestly based on positions that we don't understand. We don't know, number one, the context of their relationship. Like, we don't know the context of that fucking conversation. We don't know what his son did to lead them into that fucking conversation. All we know is the little bit that his son posted. So like they say in the fucking Bible, my nigga, like, judge not what this motherfucker do. Judge your own shit, my nigga. Ain't no business like your business. And I'ma drop the mic on that shit. This has been your host, Yung Dolemite, of the Too Much Game podcast, live from the Boom Boom Room. Once again, if you would like to support us financially, it's patreon.com/townhousemedia, Town E House Media. Support all the Townhouse Media podcasts. CLC 9 of the podcast, Friday nights, 9 p.m. with the super producer, Ben Ready. Whenever the fuck he get around to it, Friday nights at 9. Literally whenever, my nigga. Sometimes it's gonna be there, a lot of times it ain't, but be on the lookout for it anyway. Tuesdays, the Sports For You podcast with Mark, John Watson, and Nick motherfucking Freeze. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, live on Facebook and YouTube. Y'all check them out. My favorite fucking sports podcast. My nigga Sports #4, letter U. Wednesdays, live at 5 p.m. Pacific time. The No Rules podcast with Young Mark and Ill Will, aka the Gym Dropper. The motherfucking Juice Crew, aka the Bloods. Live on YouTube and Facebook, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Sundays, the Cat vs. Dog podcast with myself, Yung Dolemite, and my co-host, Chelsea Perry, CJ, the celebrity of Townhouse Media. Sundays, 3 p.m. Pacific time, live at 5 Houston time. That shit might be a little flexible. I done came in this motherfucker for like the last month saying we was gonna do that shit, and we did not. I apologize. We having some scheduling issues and shit, but we working it out, my nigga. So be on the lookout for the Cat vs. Dog podcast, my nigga. And of course, if you hear, you already know, my nigga, the Too Much Game podcast. Fridays, whenever the fuck I get around to it. I don't put a time on this motherfucker because my schedule is all over the place and I never know when the fuck I'ma record. But I always do my best to be in this bitch on Fridays, nigga. So be on the lookout for me. Follow me on Instagram at Uncle Dolemite. Motherfucking throat getting fucking hoarse and shit. But follow me on Clubhouse at Yung Dolemite, YUNGDOLEMITE. Twitter, same shit. Cash at me, nigga. Cash tag, same shit. YUNGDOLEMITE. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. All fucking streaming platforms. Y'all already know all that bullshit, man. So it be what it be. I ain't here to help you get bitches. I'm here to help you get better. Too much game.